Hello there! Welcome to JonnyBuildz. I am your host, Johnny. Hey, Ben. Good to see you on. So, we are going to continue where we left off. As you can see, I have the old TIE-Interceptor here. This is the original that came out 23 years ago, 22 years ago, something like that. So we have that we're going to be comparing this to, and you can already tell that's completely different here, actually. Let me move this up a little bit. Kind of gets in the way of my camera a little bit. You can see like the tines here or whatever. But like, you can, just looking at, you know, just the cockpit area, not even anything with the wings, because we haven't done them yet, it actually looks a lot like Vader's TIE Fighter. If you think of in A New Hope, whenever he's flying through the Death Star and going after things and stuff, like the shape of it is really, really, really reminiscent of that. So, pretty cool, but we'll be comparing this completely. It was quite the choice. And it's funny, too, because if you look, and we'll see this more as we're doing the wings, but, like, they used, like just, you know, thin little, you know, armature, you know, arm grabbies, and just, like, the little pipings and stuff for a lot of it. And just, you know, barely an edge and stuff. Whereas already doing this is, like, you know, pretty thick. And so, yeah, it carries throughout. So I'm going to put this down for now because it'll just be in the way. Hopefully I don't run into it. And we're going to continue working on and finish this guy and go through the trivia questions from last night. So, what am I on? 15, I believe. All right, so that's how, if you look at the timer, that's where we stopped. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? Oh, I won't tell anyone. Shh. No, I won't tell anyone. Yep, we'll go through the trivia in a second. Let me get the timer started, continuing from where we left off last night. So 3, 2, 1, we're going to resume. All right, here we go. So we did a couple different, these are the trivia questions. We did a couple different categories. We had, oh, it was fun. Vab got the harder questions a little bit easier than he did the easy questions. It was kind of funny. But we went through a bunch of things, easy, medium, and hard. So I gave 1 point for easy, 2 points for medium, and 3 for hard. And we also had a bonus question, but it ended up not being much of a bonus because I did 6 questions of each and then realized that I crossed off one of the mediums. So I only had 5 of those, so it all balanced out. So let's start with, as I start building, let us start with the first easy question. Dun, dun, dun. And you have to have those. You can't just have them all be like difficult, because not everyone is as versed in Star Wars as everybody else. And you want everyone to have like a chance, so to speak. So, yeah. Doesn't this thing look great? It looks fantastic. Just this looks great. Like, and here's the funny thing about this. I was just thinking about this. This could easily be a TIE bomber, easily be just a regular TIE fighter. I mean, like, you could do this as the core and do any of the other TIEs easily, and it looks great. All right, so Michelle, you would get these easy questions, or most of the easy questions. So even some of the easy questions, I guess I made a little bit trickier, but I didn't want to make things too easy or too hard, at least with the easy ones. So first question, very simple. What planet was Luke Skywalker raised on? Very easy. Oh yeah, you could do a TIE Striker with this too. You would have to change how these get made, but you could do that. In fact, that might be something that I attempt to do. So, yep, Tatooine. Tatooine is correct. See, we're gonna do the first like long mandible thing here. It looks like so. All right, so that was one of the easy ones, and the way I did it was the format that I used was we started with an easy question, 2 easy questions, then I went 2 medium and 2 hard. So every 10 minutes, I threw out another question. So another easy question: what species do you see in Return of the Jedi from the planet Endor? Another easy question, obviously. Well, I'm not done, so I can't really say, like, specifically, like, because I haven't finished it yet, obviously. But, yep, Ewoks is correct. There are other species on Endor, but the only ones we see in the actual Return of the Jedi is the Ewoks. That goes right there. We get a little dot. Actually, he's kind of in the way for right now, so I'm going to move him back a little bit. Correct, Ewoks. So far, though, I think my favorite part of this build is the cockpit. The cockpit is beautiful. It's the only part that had stickers just on the inside where like all the monitor screens are. Everything else is brick built, which is great. I'm not a fan of these game controllers here. I don't like the way they look. So, yeah. It does look very snazzy. It is a beautiful thing. Fab last night when we were doing this, he was like looking at it, he's like that is a pretty nice build. I might have to get that. Ooh, different one. Wait. Ah, there is only one of these. Interesting. Okay. There we go. Interesting. So do I have the right one of these? Hold on a second. Is it supposed to be that one? I gotta go back real quick because... No, I think that's the correct underside. It just comes in a little bit. The angling is slightly different there. So, alright, so we did 2 easy questions. See, I'm not a big fan of the sail barge. Other people can have it. That is one UCS set I am not interested in getting. So, but I mean, there's lots of people that are excited about it. Yeah, it's not for me. So, I don't know why. I don't know what it is about the sail barge that I don't like. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. All right, so let's go to a medium question. Oh, so here's something interesting. I don't know if you've built some bigger sets, Ben, right? So like, this is the first UCS set where I'm seeing things like this, where they're like 1 piece, 2 pieces, like, and they're not outlined in red or anything. Like, this is very much the way the build goes, is very much just like it's a normal set. It's really, really kind of bizarre. Oops. It's weird because it's all through here. The other thing, and I found this out whenever I was doing these two. No, when I was doing these 2 things, the big parts here. Yeah, it is weird. When I was doing these 2 parts here, they go through. So there's separate bags. So there's 1 bag for this part, 1 bag for this one. when I was going through the instructions are exactly the same. They don't flip it such that like the pieces are on different sides. I wonder how I can show this. Okay, let's see if I can get it in here and see. So this particular part here, right there, there's like it's like a lightsaber thing, but it's like a shifting thing, and then there's like this wire thing here. That's on the bottom on this side. But if you go over here, yes, they are still using the shovels. I love it. That whole same assembly thing is on the top. So the instructions were exactly the same. There was no reversing things or anything. It was like a waste of instructions. They could have just been like, well, here, open this bag and do the exact same thing. Kind of weird for this. I would have figured that they would have been, you know, opposite and you know, against each other. It's kind of bizarre. And I wonder if they're doing that kind of thing to make this a little bit more accessible to other people. It's quite the forget, though. It really is. What did I do with that piece? There it is. It's under. Oh, put it underneath. Hold on. The stand is really nice. I mean, it's a typical stand that they do nowadays, but the stand looks really nice. So yeah, right now so far my favorite part of the again here, just 3 pieces for a UCS set. Now a lot of this is paneling now because that's what you're doing for the wings, but like I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Nope. Pixie. My cat got on up where the where I have the old interceptor sitting. Well, that's all that was. See, again, 3 pieces. 1, 2, 3. Next instructions. It's so, and this thing, I mean, like, this thing's a thick manual. So, I mean, like, it's like they're filling it out. I don't know. I guess with panels, it's kind of boring. So, like, but I don't know. It's weird. All right. So, first medium question. I almost said medium sized. We're not ordering food here. First medium question is going to be, this is from Return of the Jedi. What species is Nine Nub? That is the co-pilot of Lando Calrissian in the Falcon. What species is he? Yep, Solstan. Very good. Yep. See, you would have cleaned up on this. All right, I'm just going in order. I was like skipping around whenever I did this last night, but yeah, I'm just going in order right now. So that makes sense. We're just flipping it over just so we can do a little bit more here, and now we're flipping it back over. Do the rest here. Again, 2 pieces for a UCS set. 1. Oops. 2. That's it. All right, next medium question. What actor has been in every single Star Wars movie to date? All right, now is it this one? I think so. Yeah. Wait a minute. Something is not right here. I think this, yeah, this one I think has to go there. Yep, Anthony Daniels, you are correct. Anthony Daniels has been in every single one. Ooh, Greg almost got it. Yeah, I was going by, because of lag and stuff like that, I was going by whoever answered it first that I saw, because, I mean, that's the only way I could really, you know, fairly figure that out. Okay, now we're going to start putting on some of these flat pieces to kind of separate things out. And now, these are cool. I like the fact that they have these. Hey, stud, how you doing? Good to see you. Well, no, not C-3PO. C-3PO is not the actor, and C-3PO has not been in every single movie. Because some people actually answered that, and I was like, I can't take that because that is not correct. C-3PO has not been in every single one. He's not in Rogue One. Oh, wait, yeah, he is. He is in Rogue One. He's not in Solo. So, like... I gotta make sure I did those correct. 1, 2, 3... Add this one, and I think we're done. See, this is bag. These bags have gone by really quick too. Once you finish some of the interior parts and stuff. So this is bag 15. That's all it is. So it's definitely a smaller UCS set, definitely. All right, bag 16. Oh, ran over my cat. Excuse me. All right, so. Now let's go to a harder question. And this particular one was an interesting one to research and look up. And but I thought it was a fun question based on what, you know, the movies all have in it and stuff like that. So, first hard question. How many, this is from the first 6 films, how many hands are removed across the first 6 films? So we're talking episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So how many hands, just the hands, or like specifically this limb, like the whole, like the arm or whatever, are lost? Because they're not all human, necessarily. Alright, so let's start on, now we got little baby pieces. How many hands are lost? Because the hand is always the focus, I guess, because, you know, it's got the lightsaber and all that fun stuff. This is cool. I always like when they do this, where they have like a half or a quarter moon, so that a hinge can go there and just barely fit. And just a hint, it's more than 2. More than 7. And again, there are some sites that say others that I don't agree with. Like for here, I'll give you an example. In Empire Strikes Back, 3PO sees that protocol droid come out of a room, and he's like, "Oh, nice to see a familiar face." And the protocol droid says, "Ichuda." And he says, "How rude." And then he hears an R2 unit, so he goes in to investigate, and then he gets blown up. His whole body gets torn apart. So that one doesn't count as like just losing a limb, because he lost more than that. So it's definitely more than 4, or more than 7. That's a longer one. Is it? 2, 4, 6, 10, 12. Yep, that one. We also had some issues where I think it was Vab. He was trying to answer and like it didn't come through. So I'm like waiting for a response or whatever from people, and he's like, "Didn't you get mine?" I'm like, "No." Yep, Ponda the Wampa, correct. Luke, Vader. Now think about it. Okay, so I'm talking each instance. So how many hands did Anakin actually lose? Okay, so like he lost his first hand and got a robotic hand. He lost his second hand whenever Obi-Wan, finished, basically slicing him up in Revenge of the Sith. Then he lost a third hand when Luke cut it off. It was a robotic hand, but it was his hand, So Dooku lost 2. You are correct. Think about General Grievous. How many did he lose before he got killed? Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot to think about as to who lost a hand, Where's the last hinge? There it is. Yep, see? Yeah, exactly. You don't think about that, You don't think about all those things. The big green bug monster. What big green bug monster are you talking about? Well, no, we're not talking about the battle droids just kind of get cut off really. Like, their guns get cut. I don't think they themselves actually lose hands. But, I mean, I could be wrong about that. But again, I'm going by a website that went through it and, like, did their own thing. This is kind of weird. It's like, this is all going to, like, cover over and, like, interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. I don't think that... Well, maybe they did include him in this. Here, I'll just give you the answer, and we can you know, debate and figure out. But their answer was 13. So... That was their answer. I went through a bunch, and I didn't even think about the praying mantis guy. I never liked him. I always thought he was kind of a tool. All right, let's hope we yeah, that one, and I'm sure there are like, hey, no, what about this one? Blah, blah, blah. So, yeah. See, you never see that, though. He cuts off a head. Like, when he comes out of the Tuscan hut where his mom was, he cuts off a head and stabs the other one. But you don't see him, like, cut off any hands that I recall. So. All right, so this is going to be interesting. Is that a second hand? Hand to color? Yes, that's awesome. Oh shoot! I took that off and I wasn't supposed to. That goes there. All right, so this is cool. How this all frame. Look at that. That is absolutely amazing. How that frames everything so good. Look at that. A second-hand diorama. Next build, well, we'll be finishing up starting Tuesday. Actually, we'll be finishing up the fun hole set, and yeah, then make sure it has the flat part there, and so that'll take another probably couple weeks, and then I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna build. That one's kind of up in the air. I've got a number of potentials, and it depends on if I get done with the Ewok Village or not. If I get that done, I might build that. If I get done sourcing what I still need for it, I might build that. So we will see. Look how this fills in. It covers over the bends. That sounds funny. It covers over the bends. Look at that, though. It solidifies that in there. This is really nice. Now the rest of the build is going to be pretty much these, like, you know what I mean? So it's kind of funny. Really well done, though. Right, exactly. And in Star Wars, it's easy to, like, recover, because you could just, like, oh, let's put on another one, It's nice too, because, like, these are separated, like, they have a gap here, so it's not like you're filling the entire thing with plate, so it's not, like, as heavy as it could be. So that's kind of nice, at least. Interesting that they did 2 3x2s instead of 1 2x6. Look at that, though. Look at that. That is beautiful. Now here's the thing too. I guarantee you we have to do another one, because, like, this one could be bottom, but it could also be top. And they're all the same, because you have, like, the laser cannon that goes here. So, like, the fact that they have these bags separated, like, we're gonna go through the exact same instructions again. It's so weird. All right, so this goes there. And, oh, okay. So that goes here. All right, so we'll do the next hard question. That one was a little bit, more difficult, so to speak, to figure out, because, interpretation is left up to, whatever. So we'll do the next. We'll do the next hard question that I had listed. Good to see you, Zissou, by the way. Thanks for stopping by. All right, so here we go with that. I swear these instructions are just goofy. All right, next hard question. This one is... Well, yeah, they do want a new one because the old one is so expensive. And I've been lucky that I've gotten 2 of them for $50 each. They're not fully complete, but they're very close. So I know people want one. I know that is true. Let me take a drink real quick. All right. So next hard question. This is both Star Wars and Lego. As of May 3rd, how many Star Wars sets have there been? This includes multiple types. So you're talking advent calendars, you're talking poly bags, you're talking poly minifigure bags, you're talking any single set. How many are there? Oh, cat, get down. You can't go anywhere anyway. The cat just jumped into my desk, and that's not not good at all. All right. That in 5 cents. No. How many sets, not cents? Yeah. How many sets? We're including everything as far as that goes. So, nope. Flip it over. And this is based on research I did at one particular place, so there might be slight differences. So, but it is lookupable, something like that. In a 3x, oh, there we go. This is really thick. But it is consistent. That is the other thing. No, way more than 300. I'll just say that. Way more than 300. We're talking, remember, this is 25 years of Star Wars. Okay, so we're doing this last one. And we haven't put the last one here. I know there's one that's supposed to go there. But this last one, we're putting a 1x1 stud right there. And it's like, nah, now fit it on there. Okay. There we go. Oh, this is where we're doing the laser cannon. Okay. That goes there. And I've been seeing these more and more in sets. These are the ones that have you can put it into a stud here, but a lot of times you put it sideways. And then of course we have good old lightsabers here. No, not 1500. Way less than 1500. So, come on, get in your hole. It's a little weird because these aren't connected yet. These ends, so they're a little bit loose. There we go. We'll make all kinds of stuff, but for the Ewok Village is a great set. It really is. All right, and now we have it. And this is interesting. So they're not going to join these together. That is interesting. So they're kind of loose. I got an extra lightsaber. Okay. So it's hard to see where the things go. So we put this on. So we got a gun, a blaster with this. This goes on, it's hard to see with the reflection, on this. Goes in this 1x1. Come on. Yeah. It does not want to stay on there. Definitely not my favorite part of the build. Hard to get those in there. And then it goes over top, I guess. Something like that. It's kind of weird. Yeah, the double barrel blasters are really cool. But yeah, they don't join together. They just kind of sits there like that. And there's no nothing keeping that together. It's loose. It's got a gap, and it doesn't stay together. Oh, so they want us to put this on. All right. And it's funny, too, because, like, we have more grips to put it on, but we're only using 4 as opposed to the 6 that are there. They want us to fold the wing in like so, and then we put on this last piece. I think that's everything. That does look good, though. Yep, that's it. Just double checking I used the right barrel and everything, and I only need 1. Yeah, so I have an extra one of these and an extra lightsaber. So that is pretty cool looking. So that's what the rest of this build is going to be. More of this. Look at that. That is slick, though. It looks so good. So, all right. Let us continue. So I'm going to move this. I got to figure it out. I'm going to move him over here for the moment. That way I have room to build. We are on. What are we on? We're on bag number. Whoops, I went back through a little bit just to make sure. Bag number 17. And it's smart that we did the stand already because there's no way you'd be able to do this, you know. All right, so we did those. Oh, 957? Very close, very close. A little lower, little lower. And this is just going to be a repeat of what we just did. We're probably going to do an opposite one. But again, it's going to be very much the same. So, yeah, I feel like I've done this step before. And I'll do it 2 more times. Oops. Not quite that way, though. This one first. So, yeah, very close to 957. So, I'll give it to you. It is, as of the 3rd, it is 935. 935. So, there you go. That is how many Star Wars Lego sets to date. 25 years. That has existed or been made. So, yeah. Quite a lot. So we'll see if they do. We're gonna see if we do the other bottom one, like to keep weight distributed, or if they do this whole side and then that side. Be interesting. I'm betting that they're gonna distribute weight. Like we're gonna do the underneath for that side. But I could be wrong. You never know. I have been wrong before. All right. So another easy question. Another easy question. Han boasts that the Falcon has made the Kessel Run in how many parsecs? And it's an easy question, but also kind of tricky if you don't do the wording correctly. People were not getting the wording correctly. My wife had to give a little bit of help. It was kind of funny. No, not 12. Like I said, the wording has to be correct. And that was the first guess that they gave, too. So, I said, Han has boasted that the Millennium Falcon has made the Kessel Run in how many parsecs? Again, it's how the wording is of the answer that Han gave to Luke and Obi-Wan. Trying to impress them, of course. And they had no clue. Of course, a parsec is a measure of distance, not time, but, you know. With the Maw being full of black holes and stuff and everything. They made that work. Oh, yeah, he did give him a stink eye. He definitely knew. And Luke was just kind of like, huh. Definitely, yeah, he definitely gave him the stink eye. Yeah, so. Yeah, how does Han answer? Yes, there you go, exactly. Yeah, that was it was less than 12. It's like, it's the ship that's made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs, and everyone looks like unimpressed. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Sometimes you have to go through the lines and be like, am I doing that? Am I getting this right? You know, what am I missing? So again, it's an easy question, but it's like I had to trickify it up a little bit, just slightly. Oh, by the way, so because we did Star Wars Night at the Ballpark, I was able to get this. I was able to get this as second prize. So it's a Star Wars bobblehead of one of the pitchers. So like they really Star Wars-ify it up. They even have like, you know, his description as like, you know, going through everything. It's got like the border around it. So yeah, pretty cool. So second place got that. First place, so Vab won this. So I had another one. That's what he won. Yeah, I really like how they do the Star Wars bobblehead things and stuff. They do a fantastic job. And we were able to get a bunch of them, so. Which, the Droideka is really cool. It really, really is. It is a nice set. I was happy I got it early to build it. It's a really well done set. It compares really nicely to the original. Yeah, it's a good set. Kind of fighting with this thing right now. It's going to get harder to... I'm going to have to shove it over there after I do this part. Because it's just going to get too hard to fit things here. Is that all that? Yep, that's all that. Alright, so next trivia question. What was that? That was an easy one. Let's go with the next easy one. I'm just going in order, like I said. What name does Obi-Wan Kenobi go by on Tatooine? Which, again, stupid name to go by, I think, overall. Because you're going to get found. But what name does he go by? Let's make sure I don't have a piece missing. Nope, I got all my one studs there. Now we're on to bag 18. Like I said, these are going to go fast now. The cockpit was probably the hardest part. Yes, he goes by your name. He goes by Ben. Yes. Again, had to get some easy questions in there. Okay, let's get these plates out of here. They're just in the way. Yes, he goes by you, essentially. Yeah, like every two bags now is like is another wing. So, all right, medium question. We did those two. Who is Anakin's stepbrother? It was funny. Rocco, a friend of ours, kid was on last night. And he was trying to do the trivia. He unfortunately did not do very well. And I think he knows some of those questions better. Yep. And I said that, who is Anakin's stepbrother? And he was like, he has a stepbrother? I'm like, all right, we need to go through some genealogy with you, boy. It was funny. He was like so incredulous. I was like, let me explain how it works. And like he had forgotten about the whole, you know, his mom being, you know, saved, gotten by someone. Nope, get down. You were bad. Get down. Bye, cat. Cat's like, pay attention to me. And I'm like, no. So, yeah. All right, so that one's... Again, if you don't know Star Wars decently, you're not going to know that one. So, like, you know, I figured that was a good medium question. So, what did I say? Okay, next one. Who first speaks in A New Hope? Who is the first character to speak in A New Hope? This one also is not a hard question, so to speak, but also you kind of need to know Star Wars and think about the movies itself and how things progress, those kind of things. So, bonus point if you know the line. Very first person to speak. Also, extra trivia question. In Rise of Skywalker, last person to speak. So, one and the same as far as that goes. Danger? Who's Danger? Don't know who that is. We're talking movies, so it's very obvious who it is. This is so flimsy until we get it finished. Yep, C-3PO, you are correct. 3PO. 3PO is the first and last to speak. Kind of appropriate, I guess, you could say. Got that stuck. Alright, so we're doing... Where's the other 3? There it is. Or 6, I mean. That goes there. 1 dot. It is well secured. One thing I have not been a fan of for the Funhole set is they are not very secure whenever you're building. Ultimately, they end up being better at the end, but yeah. Alright, so do the same thing here. We're going to put that there, and this there. That just looks so good. It does. It just looks so nice. Now let's fill it in. And in fact, I am going to, otherwise you can't see anything. Oh, I don't need a roller skate. Let's move this stuff over. Let's move this bad boy back for right now. There. Alright. Alright. So next hard question. No, that was medium, sorry. Those were medium questions. So now we are on to another hard one. What type of dog was the inspiration for Chewbacca? Hey, you are? We're reviewing the, good to see you. We're reviewing the questions from last night. Ben's seeing how many he can get, since he wasn't able to be on. And we're finishing this up. This thing is magnificent looking. So, going through. So in case you didn't hear that, what dog was the inspiration for Chewbacca? This is according to George Lucas himself, so. Nope, not a Cocker Spaniel. Not a Cocker Spaniel. Yes, it does. It starts with an A. You are correct. And its first name is a place, so to speak. Like a location. This was definitely fun to add, to have the trivia added for last night. It was really cool. So it kind of added to the building and stuff like that. All right, flip it over. Do this side. Again, we're this is the second of the 4 pylons, so it's really just rinse repeat for this stuff. Oh wait, no, that gets moved over. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't seem right. It's because it's not right. Oh, this is gonna be fun to try to take these off. So hold on a second. Gotta dig under there, otherwise it's not gonna go on right. There we go. Got under the corner. That one came off. Let's see if I can do the same thing here. There we go. All right. Woohoo. I guess they have to be on the same side. Yes, there you go. Perfect. An Alaskan Malamute. You are correct. There you go. Ooh. See? You would have just lagged just a split second. You both were thinking or you both were researching. That was funny. That was good. It's like this is a trivia contest against you two. Alright, we're going to do this thing again where we're going to put the turret on. That is true. You did spell it correctly, but I did not. I did not give points for spelling. As long as I can understand. Of course, I know nothing. Hey, at least you're trying, you know, and you're learning something. Hopefully, you know, learning something. I still do not like this. I do not like how this is. This is separated and it doesn't connect. Other than that, this is cool how they build it. I gotta get these over here. Goes there. Our lightsaber goes on here. And that goes right in the corner here. Oh, I see. You cheated. I got it. That's all right. Google was something that people would have had to use yesterday anyway, but still. I didn't even give them that much yesterday. Like, you know, they had to figure it out on their own. All right, here we go. Double barrel blaster again. This goes up here. Again, these are very tough to get into where they're supposed to go. They just barely fit. I'm going to rotate that around so it fits on there. Oh yeah, this goes up there too. Okay, there we go. I was like I have an extra somewhere. And yes, they are going to balance it. So let's do this. Oh, knock over Chicken Charlie. Actually, I don't know his name yet. All right. That'll be a contest for later. Okay, snaps into. Put this final piece on. It's kind of funny how they do this, but it does work. Oop. There we go, snapped in. Perfect. All right. So now he looks like a tri-wing. He actually looks like we don't have the top wing, but he looks kind of like a tri-wing. It's kind of funny. No, I just said Chicken Charlie just for the fun of it. So, all right. I'm really not sure. I think I can do it this way. Just trying not to knock over anything. There we go. That'll work. Nah, it's not Chicken Charlie. Not yet. All right, next wing. Again, like I said, kind of boring for the last bit. But yeah, I'll be doing a poll for what he's actually going to be named soon. I just ran into some time crunches as far as that goes. So flows very nicely, but like again, these wings I knew were going to be easy once I started. Like I would have only been another hour on the stream last night, but it's nice to be able to do it now. All right, next hard question. What two names does Han call C-3PO? Chicken McChicken Face. I mean, that's a possibility. We'll go through that. I have to go back through the stream and find out what people were suggesting. Or maybe Tuesday I'll just do that again. So what two names does Han call C-3PO? Not nice names, but they're not like super mean, but they're, you know, they're not nice. Oops. Drop that. All right, this one's the bigger one. That's the one I have to use. Hey, you know that one. Good, good, good. Goldenrod and the Professor. Hurry up, Goldenrod. You're gonna be a permanent resident. Those were ones that I got that I figured out. I didn't need a website because I knew that one. That was one of my favorites. And then of course when he's in the Falcon, you didn't know, or you probably heard him before. You heard him last night. And then it's like, sir, I'm afraid this asteroid is not entirely stable. Not entirely stable. I'm glad you're here to tell us these things. Chewie, take the Professor in the back and plug him into the hyperdrive. All right. Back to easy peasy. Refresh your stream so you can be the first to answer. Hands on your buzzers. It's like we're there. All right, hands on your buzzers for the next question, and it's an easy one. Where am I at? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, what did R2 say about C-3PO when they first met? Kind of interpreted by 3PO himself, because obviously R2 says bloops and bleeps. But, what was it that R2 said about C-3PO when they first met? Yep, exactly. He was naked. Pardon me, but what do you mean naked? That's such a great line. I can see Anthony Daniels cracking up over trying to record that line. What do you mean naked? Very good. All right. Where was that at? Oh yeah. Next easy question. So, what planet was Darth Vader raised on? What planet was Darth Vader raised on? Also, not a hard question, but like not easy if you're not thinking of the right thing. Oh, you are got it. Tatooine. She got it first. No, you spelled it correctly. You spelled it correctly. You're so concerned about spelling. Spelling does not really matter as long as like you can get the point across, I don't think. Not in something like this. Though I know there are some contests that would be very, very strict on that kind of thing. Like, if you don't spell it correctly, you know, you're out of luck. Because, you know, the people would be very much sticklers of that sort of thing, so. Well, you know what? That's your fault, you know? So, you chose to eat the ice cream, so. All right, so those were easy questions. Those are the last of the easy questions I have, and that's actually flowing pretty good because, like, I'm doing this. We're on the third one of these, so that's pretty good. All right, so next question is the last medium question. So It's necessity. All right, last medium question, or yeah, last medium question because there was only one for the last round. What were the? So I had to adjust this question because and we're done with that bag already. Look at that, bag 20. So I had to adjust this question because I said, what was the last words that Obi-Wan spoke to Luke? And I was like, no, I need to change that. What are the last words Obi-Wan spoke to Luke when he was alive? No, they got, you're correct. No one got this one. Nobody got this one. Ooh, the top ones are slightly different. Top ones are they have a yellow and red pokey and a couple armatures. They're a little bit different on the top, so kudos to them. Still think they could have saved time on this. So yeah, I know Ben's going through his yes, Ben got it. Ben would have gotten it. No problem. All right. Yeah, they were all like, may the force be with you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, that's along the right idea. Yep, that's right. It was along the right idea, but not quite right. And so bonus for you, Ben. Oh yeah, look at that. We got some different pieces for the top. Interesting. Okay, I'm happier about this now. So they're definitely changing things up a little bit. So, question to go along with that, Ben. Hi everyone that's tuning in. What is the last thing that Obi-Wan said to Luke when he was a ghost, essentially? Said to Luke. See if you know this one. And again, I have not watched any of the Star Wars in quite a long time. Like, I used to watch them, like, at least once a year and stuff. I have not watched them in forever. And I'm surprised I still know a lot of this stuff. Again, I know Ben's going through his brain. He's like, okay, I gotta go through the sequence and everything. The very last thing. No, I thought that too. I was thinking that too, but that's not correct. Because he talks to him as a Force Ghost in Return of the Jedi also, not just Empire. I had to think of that as well, and I rethought that. Good thing I didn't make that the question, because I would have been wrong. But I had to rethink that he actually speaks to him in Jedi after Yoda dies. Yeah, exactly. I thought the same thing, too. I was like, oh, crap, I did that a little bit wrong. You still got time. UR hasn't answered, so no one else has answered, so you're still good. I did the same thing, though. I was, like, thinking just Empire. I was like, oh, that's the only time he talked to him. No, he talks to him in Jedi. What does he say, though? It's kind of an interesting line. Not looking it up. It's an interesting line. I like it, though. I like the line, and it's very, very much... Yes, exactly, yeah. Bury your feelings deep down. They do you credit, but they could be made to serve the Emperor. And what is it that Vader preys upon whenever they're on the Death Star? He's like, your thoughts betray you. Your feelings for them are strong. So yeah, see, it's definitely something that could have been bad. Yep. They do you credit, but they could be made to serve the Emperor. Yeah. So in Empire Strikes Back, you would have been correct. Yeah, last time he, in Empire, yeah, don't give in to hate, that leads to the dark side. Yep. All right. So, I feel like we've done this before, but it'll be slightly different as we start filling it in. mean, this part's going to be the same. But. So what do you think overall? We're not done. We have a few more questions. What do you think overall of the questions? I think they were a good overview, hitting, hard and medium and easy. I think overall. But, of course, I need another Star Wars fan to tell me. Yeah, okay, good. Ooh, not that one. This one. Gotta have the pointy end in here. It's gotta go into the groove. Alright, so, hard question. Is this a hard question? Oh, no. That was a medium. So now it's to the hard questions, the last two. This one's kind of a weird question. I didn't quite know how to word it. But, so the question is, what did, and this is based on the movie, what did what did Luke's uncle tell him about his father? And you don't actually hear Owen say this to him. And I'll just leave it at that. So, what did Uncle Owen tell Luke about his father? About Luke's father? This was kind of a trick. That's why it's a hard one. It's kind of a tricky one. Yes, exactly. Very good. Yes, he was a navigator on a spice freighter. Exactly. That is I am impressed. I have to say, Ben, I am impressed. I would do Star Wars trivia with you any day. we could go to a trivia night and just clean up. I'm not as well versed in the, notice most of the stuff is original trilogy. I'm not as well versed in the definitely not in the Disney one, but I'm not as well versed in the Clone Wars either. Nerd. That's right, nerd high five. But yeah. May the third degree burns. That is hilarious. I am going to use that. I love that. May the third degree burns. It's funny too that it's George Lucas always said that Star Wars was made for children, in the sense of it was to be a fantasy epic, hero's journey, talk about and show the hero's journey and stuff. But they have some very realistic things death in there, and you see their burned skeletons and stuff. And it's very cool. Well, you don't see it. Though if you watch Troops, the very first, I guess the second, Hardware Wars was the first. But if you watch Troops that Kevin Rubio, I think is his name, did, they show them getting shot, kind of, or them exploding or whatever. That's the way they spun it. So. Yeah, I always thought that scene though, when you see their skeletons kind of laying over stuff, was always kind of weird. But yeah. Still bugs me to have that loose. It will bug me all the time now. Forever. Well, that one went on nice. Okay. So we're going to be doing some extra things with this pylon here. I'm not sure what yet, so we'll find out. Let's put the blaster portion on. Is that in there? It is. Cool. All right. Cool. That's awesome that you worked for Disney marketing. That is really cool. All right. So here we go. We are doing... Here, let's move these out of the way. I think these are going to cover up the middle parts of these pylons. They're kind of looking a little bit bare right now. So we're going to put on this wing. I don't know if it's a wing or an air... it's not an aileron. I guess it is a wing. Snap, snap, It just naturally wanted to bend down because of the weight, I guess. That goes on there. Solidifies that. That looks cool. Now let's see what we do. Ah, yeah. So we put that on there, and we're going to build something here. So, some goofy thing. I'm betting it is for the middle here, because we have some open studs here. This is cool. I always thought these were funny. Yeah, I guess they are solar panels, yeah. These are funny. I always thought these things would make awesome battleship token things. You know, the hit, the miss things. I think those would be cool if someone made a battleship. Which maybe I will. I mean, you know, someday. That might be a cool one to do. All right, so... Uh-oh. Where did my yellow one ran away? Artax and never... Oh, yeah. I remember that. Pew. I guess this is a sensor. This is probably going to be a sensor array. Ooh. Very loose construction. Kind of typical of these little... Oh, this goes inside. Oh, okay. So, yeah. All right, so this goes inside. Once you're done with these... I have that the wrong way. This is in between these things. And it fits right in there. That's like the sensor array finishing up on the inside here, which is very similar to the original. I'll show you. I'll compare them whenever we are done. That's all the way in there. Up, yep. And so we're putting the movie trilogy of terror. What was that? Or is that what it was called? I don't recall that one. Oh, nice. So these end up matching up. Cool. Are they supposed to be right next to each other? Yes, they are. Okay, so they go right to there. This goes around that. Ah, I see. So we're finishing up this. That's kind of what I thought. And then we're capping it with this. Cool beans. That looks fantastic. This makes the wing look so awesome. Right there. There is? Oh, that's the name. Movie Trilogy of Terror. Never heard of that. That makes the wing look excellent. Just absolutely amazing. Love it. Great detail. Great everything. Ooh. Oof. I knocked off the pilot. My Imperial friends would be upset with me. Hello. Looks awesome. Still have one more wing to go. It is slick. It is very slick. All right. We're on to 21. And last hard question. So this one you kind of have to know a little bit about Star Wars, like the original New Hope, and some of the stuff that was supposed to be in the movie that wasn't. So that's what makes this a hard question. It is filmed. It does exist. But it's not in the final film. So, where did Luke try to convince Biggs that he had seen a space battle? Where did Luke try to convince Biggs that he had seen a space battle? This is 22 bags, and like I've been saying, the number of bags, like you're doing very few steps per bag. It's a different UCS set. Like, and I get it because it's a smaller set. Yep, Tashi Station, very good. Like the UCS Falcon had 16 bags, but there were like 3 bags in each one, you know, or you know, like that sort of thing. A lot more pieces and stuff. Whereas this, it's still not being built like a UCS set. It is really goofy. Like this, that's one step. That is not that's not typical UCS, even for the lighter one. Like when I did the land speeder or the X-Wing, there was a lot more to it than that. there's no outlining like is normally in a UCS set. It's kind of interesting. Yes, that's bonus. There you go. They were in Fixer's Garage. You are correct. That is where they were. Okay. Hey, look at that. Just making sure. So yeah, this, I do like this set. It's really, really cool. It is finally, it has been a long time coming that they needed to give this set an update. And they did. He's done a fantastic job, minus a few issues, and we'll go through that I have with it. So they're minor issues overall. So, all right, bonus question. This is actually something you were talking about on your stream, Ben. So you were talking about how like the Millennium Falcon like is the most, it's the coolest ship, blah blah blah, but they have so many of them. As far as Lego goes. So, bonus question is how many Millennium Falcon have appeared in sets? So, we're talking the entire Star Wars line. Also, we are talking within sets. So, it might not be that the Falcon... Nope, not 38. The Falcon might be in a set that is not about the Falcon. So this includes microscale, polybag, advent calendar, all that stuff. All those things are included. Nope, not 35. You're just going to go through them all now, right? You'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 36. Nope, not 36. Yes, you are close. Oh, I did that step. I'm like, what? You made it, Vab. You made it right at the end. So we're just going through some of the trivia. We're doing the bonus question, actually. How many sets has the Millennium Falcon appeared in? Your thought she knew. 29, also close. So you're both close on opposite ends of the spectrum. 34, closer. No, oh, wrong way. 27. Bleh. See, now it just becomes a guessing game, because no one really is going to know this question. That's why I didn't. Yeah, exactly. So if I said Ben was really close with 29, and you were close with 34, and then you go under 29, I think you don't know how guessing numbers works. That was a delay, shut up. I mean, I can't help you with the delays, I'm sure Vab knows because he was here for the entire stream. Started typing in YouTube, freaked out. That does happen. It really does. Sometimes YouTube just throws a fit. You are correct. You are 32. 32 sets. That... You were even here for that one, Vab. I'm disappointed. Nope, it's 32. 32 sets that the Falcon has appeared in. One of them... where number equals correct. It's funny, too. So, I have the... wherever it is. It's hiding somewhere. I have the frigate, the little, it's from San Diego Comic-Con. It's the frigate that's about this big, and it has a little tiny falcon underneath it, that goes to the neck of the thing. So I'm trying to remember where I have that. So yeah, But anyway, that is included in one of them. So there's 32 Falcons that exist. No sequel on weekends. Bonus question. So the Falcon is the most done vehicle, whatever, in Star Wars. What is the second most, and how many does it have? I'll give you a hint. It is very close to the Falcons. Very close. I do love the way these wings look. They're so good. You are correct. Good job, Ben. It is the X-Wing. How many? Oh, I almost poked my eye out with that thing. Nope, not 20. Yep, 31. It has one less than the Falcon. One less. So its appearances are almost exactly the same. I saw a chart where they showed the ones that had the most recent, or the ones that had the most appearances and stuff. And, like, there was a lot that are up there with that amount. Like there's a couple that are like 30. There's a couple that were 29. It's pretty, yeah, one less. And there's a couple, yeah, like I said, there's a couple more that are similar. So, all right, we are almost done here, ladies and gents. Finishing this up. I think that was all my questions. I scratched it out. But I was going to say, and it wasn't really a Star Wars related question, so I scratched it out. But the question was, what is the name of the dog that George Lucas owned that gave inspiration to a character name? But again, that's not a Star Wars question, so. Oh, you cheater. You were looking for, like, a trivia. Actually, that one's, like, not, that one would be hard. I mean, like, you kind of are just guessing numbers anyway, so. Yep, it was Indiana. Yep. So Lucas's dog was named Indiana, so they took that story and just plopped it into Indiana Jones for the Last Crusade, and said, he was named after the dog. So, and I forget where his name came from, like why he was named Indiana, like George's dog. But, it's out there somewhere. So, yeah, lots of fun. We are finishing the last pylon. And then we are going to do a little review and comparison between the current TIE-Interceptor and the original. I'm going to have to probably adjust the camera a little bit, zoom it out. Well, I guess that wants to be together already. I do love how how they made the wings go together with this one. So fantastic. So good. I understand why they needed to do the instructions this way. They could have adjusted it and used a lot less in order to make it work. Like, like they could have done opposite pylons in the same thing and then just did the ends or something like that. It would have been perfectly fine. But other than that, as far as the keep calling them pylons. They're wings, but they're also it's also solar array. I guess solar array is what they're called. They are solar panels, but I think they're called a solar array. I would have to look back at the. I used to collect the. The cross section things and stuff like that, and they specified the names of them and stuff like that. So, all right, here we go, putting it on. Last edging to put on of the year. Well, not of the year, but of this build anyway. Here we go. Yes, they are. They are fun. They are fun to peruse through if you're any kind of Star Wars fan, simply because you understand the fullness that they developed all the ships with and everything. They made them make sense. See, that's the thing. I don't have the original X-Wing, so I can't do that. I have the most current one up there. And again, so the guy that made this, made the original TIE-Interceptor. He also made the latest X-Wing, and he made the first X-Wing. So it would be interesting to compare all of those. But yeah, I need... Yeah, I'll do... Actually, well, I see what you're saying. So you're saying, you know, just compare it beside the X-Wing itself, size-wise. I think they will be comparable. But, you know, I can just bring that one down and we'll look. Because they need to be comparable as far as ships go. I think they're a little bit bigger than they should be. I mean, like, a TIE pilot, like, obviously a minifigure pilot would fit in there, but, like, he would be too big for this. But at the same time, minifigures are supposed to go into the UCS Falcon. So the Falcon is going to be minifigure scale. These are not. You know what I mean? So, like, he would go in there, but he would be too big, too small, really, to, like, reach the controls or anything like that. So, all right, let's fill this bad boy in with the last of the wing angled pieces. Still find it funny that they do 2 3x2s instead of 1 2x6 for that. There we go. I also still find it funny that, like, this, like I understand you have to put these down first, but, like, 2 pieces and then, whoops, wrong piece, different flat. And 2 pieces, and that's you know, that's what you have to do. That's just kind of bizarre to me. This one's a little better because we have a couple more panels to put on and secure. Other thing too is that, like, they don't, you know, these just stick on here. They don't cover over them all the way to, like, doubly solidify them. Kind of interesting. So I'll do that. We'll do the TIE Fighter. We'll do the TIE Interceptors first, and then we'll compare the X-Wing to the TIE. So that'll be a good finish to this. We're at 4 hours, 13 minutes as of right now. Oh, I forgot to put those on. Oops. These long pylon things. Whoops. See, that does not stay on there very well. Like, you could barely touch it and it's like, bling, falls off. And yes, that's the sound it makes. Blink. Okay, so this one goes... Uh-oh, come back. I need that. Maybe I don't, actually. I think I have another one. Where'd that go? Here it is. Gotta start over. Boo-boo. Alright, double barrel blaster. This goes on here. Again, I do not like how those just sit there and it's just kind of loose. Don't like that. So the whole build is ruined. That's right, ruined, as Stewie would say. Ruined. All right, so let's bring him over. We're gonna be doing the rest of this stuff here. Oh. All right, two clicks. This caps this off right here. They just barely fit against each other. It's so interesting how that is. It's kind of wiggly in there. It is like building a model, though. That caps there. All right, let's do our sensor array. And we will be finished. It's odd that they do the sensor array last. They could have done it when we were doing this middle part, like, because it's not like you're going to hit it while you're building, but they did. Yeah. The shovels are the best part, that they're still there. And it's cool how they make these go together, because like they have a little, whoops, wrong way. They have this little thing, and it goes into, there's like it's like a Technic piece, a square 2x1 Technic piece. Then instead of having the hole through it, it has a stud sticking out. Like it's not a Technic stud that goes in there. It's just that's the way it is. So it's kind of cool. Oh yeah. Okay, put this in there, just barely, ding, it fits right there. Oh, I forgot, whoop, dolt, I forgot to put these on, because like, without those, it's kind of silly. Our little, there's another one. Where is it? Did it roll somewhere? It didn't drop. I know that. I found the piece that dropped. But I don't have the other one of these. Unless it did roll somewhere. Oh, there it is. It did roll somewhere. Still 100% on Lego sets. No misses so far in my entire life, which is I find amazing. Because I know lots of people that have had issues with Lego sets. All right, good. Let's put our poke right there. See, now I'm doing this, and I am hitting the sensor array thing, so it's kind of annoying. So I gotta keep my hands away from it. There we go. It's so funny, and I know it's in order, so like one piece right there. And this goes on, and we are done. Pause the timer. 4:18:35. So let's take these extra pieces away. Let's admire this sucker. That thing is pretty cool. I need to back this up a little bit. Got some cords. Hold on a second. There we go. That looks pretty badass coming towards you. Pardon my language, but that does. That looks so good. The detailing of this is so much better than the original. I mean, the coloring obviously is really, really good. All right, so pew pew indeed. All right, so let's put this one here. Let's bring out the original. This is the OG. I gotta find a way to sit these without knocking into everything. Hold on. Slide this guy out of the way. All right. So comparison, obviously coloring is way different. Yeah, it is dusty. I know. They did the same thing with the guns, though. They have like two parts to the guns, like they do over here. So that's good. Cockpit is obviously way different. This is very octagonal. This is very rounded. Even the pylons, holding the pylons on is very way different. I mean, way more detailed, way more curved and adjusted. The cool thing too with this is like, so they have the sensor arrays on the inside here, and they have the shovels, which they maintained here, but they also have the two, like I said, the two sensors in each wing and they have those here. So that's really cool. You like the older one? Well, I mean, you know, to each their own. I mean, I like the older one just because it is the original. It looks more like a shadow, like a shadow tie, which they have those where they were painted black, but like that's not what they were really going for. It does look like an eyeball. It does, and that's kind of what it's. You know, the tie is supposed to be just a ball, and then again, Empire was all about mass producing things. So like the ball was just like for every single, except for the TIE bomber, but like for every single TIE type. You had the ball, and then you just added the stuff on it you needed to, so that you could just send people out and go destroy stuff. So it very much looks like an eyeball. I'm not a fan of a couple things on the new one. The stand is great. The ends of the pylon, the ends of the wings are loose. Like they don't join up. They join back here. So, yep, exactly. Yeah, yep. They were called eyeballs. And so I don't like that. The other thing I don't like is, like, these are video game controllers that are here on the set. They're like accents or whatever. They don't do anything for me. I don't think they need to be there. I think if it would have been better if they stayed gray. The cockpit, you can get in there. Does rise up. This is solid, but you can get in there and look inside. Let's compare the insides, if I can do this. Ooh, this thing's so much heavier. So there's the inside of the cockpit. It's going to be hard to see. See, there we go. But there are sticker screens all around. It's kind of hard to see, but they're red and blue and stuff like that. So the cockpit's really nice. It is definitely heavy. Heavier than the original. By a lot. Get in your home. There we go. So yeah, that works good. Now this one's cockpit was in the front. And you could only open it so far. In fact, that didn't help. But like, you know, it had like a whole pilot's thing and stuff. So this one is actually more sized for a minifig. Like they have, this was cool because they had a printed targeting computer and the seat in there, but it's still a little big for a minifigure. But you know, it's what they did at the time. There we go. It is cool how the seat does this. That is one advantage. This thing has like the seat comes down, you can put the figure in, and this goes back up, and there you go. Controls are exactly the same. They actually have the same control thing in there, which is kind of cool. Let's put this back on there. If it wants to go on. There we go. It is cool how it looks, but as far as like a ship goes. But as far as representing the TIE, leaps and bounds, this one's better. This canopy piece is expensive. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. It's the only thing that it's in, I think. Might be one other, but I think it's the only one. So as far as representing what a TIE-Interceptor should look like, this thing is leaps and bounds ahead. As far as just being a cool ship, this one's, you know, pretty awesome. And you can definitely tell there are different pieces that they use. Though, there aren't that many customized pieces in here. The hinges are probably the only thing that's really that much different. Like the curved pieces, we've had these curved pieces forever. They could have used smaller ones and stuff for the same thicker ones. Techniques have definitely changed over time. So, and I guess these smooth, the smooth pieces here on the edges, definitely different. But like, they're using similar pieces. Like, on the edge of the wings here is the same that we've used over here. Shovels are the same, obviously. Yeah, there's a lot of similar pieces that were used, so. But yeah. Decent. This one is definitely decent. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, it's a cool ship. But for representing what a TIE-Interceptor should look like, this is definitely better. Yeah. Fantastic. So good. This canopy piece looks so good too. Alright, so now No, I haven't seen that. I need to look that up and see it. So let's get this guy out of the way just for the fun of it. Yeah. I want it to fall over. I'll rest on my chair. So let's do this. So we're gonna get him here. Now I'm gonna come over here. This guy's heavy too. Grab the most recent X-Wing. See how they compare size-wise. Alright, very similar. Like their size should be comparable, and it is. Again, not made for a minifigure, okay? But their size is actually really, really good. This, like a TIE-Interceptor, when I played the X-Wing games, a TIE-Interceptor was about the same size as an X-Wing. TIE Fighter was too, but it was just the ball and then two big, solar wings. So this is very comparable. I'll have to look that up. Ooh, that fell out. Front fell off. Put that back in there. Okay. So yeah, size-wise, they are very comparable. They're the way they should be. So no, it's not. It's not, because you figure. Think even of the cockpit. The cockpit fits a person. This fits a person. It's different. The styling of it. The X-Wing is obviously a lot longer as far as things go, but not compared to the TIE-Interceptor. It's not. So like if we put it so like the engines are about to the end of the wing and the nose comes out, it's not that much bigger. So they do compare size-wise very well, both sets. So the guy that redesigned these and stuff did a fantastic job. He did epic on both of these. How they turned out and everything is so good. So there we go. Did some trivia. Got the Interceptor done, which looks amazing, and did some comparisons. And all in all, I mean, it was a great experience. There was a couple parts that I was just not a fan of, but most of it just turned out really well. Yeah, it is a great build. Sorry, Vab. I'm just making you spend more money. It's the way it goes sometimes. So it is actually really cool seeing them next to each other. And the next display that we have going on for our lug, these are definitely going beside each other. This just looks really cool. Now that I'm looking at it like this, that's just awesome. Yeah, if I had the older, I mean, I would definitely keep them. But like, yeah, if I had the original X-Wing, oh, I would be so tickled to put them, like, to do like a dual thing. So like, you have the original X-Wing with the original TIE-Interceptor, and then you have the newest one with the newest one. You know what I mean? That's a cool thing to show people, like progression. That's what we did at. You'll be getting Bumblebee, so you'll be able to. We'll see if you can beat me whenever I stream that. So. What's really kind of cool though too is like we did this for the Millennium Falcon at the Pittsburgh Home and Garden Show about a month ago, where like we had multiple Falcons from through the years. Like I had the midi scale one, we had the UCS one that I built for the what is it called, for the World Record Contest. We had my original one, like the very first Falcon that they ever did. We had a couple mini micro scale ones, like the microfighter and stuff like that. It was just neat showing them all together and being like, these are some of the different iterations that we've had. So actually it wouldn't be, because like the only thing what you would do is these would come off, like the whole wing part would come off, and then you just build new wings. That's it. So like once you did one, like, because you actually have the lasers right here for a TIE Fighter. TIE Fighters don't have them on the wings. The Interceptor does. The TIE Fighters have them like right here. So you have where they would go right there. All you need to do is just do different wings. So exactly. Yeah, you could make an interchangeable ball cockpit and do things like the TIE Advanced is a little bit bulkier in the back. Could easily do that. The TIE Defender? Oh, that would be great. That would be like 3 of these. That would be complicated to do. You'd have to adjust some things with that. But, yeah, there's so much that you could do with this. TIE Defender has like 3 of these, only they go opposite. And there's, you know, they're kind of in a tri look. I'm not sure which one the TIE Avenger is. I don't recall that one. But you could do, what's the, Greg mentioned it last night, was the Swift, whichever one, the Striker, the TIE Striker. You could easily do that with this. In fact, it looked like it, whoops, the sensor arrays are not in there very well. It looked like a Striker, just having the bottom 2 done. So, yeah, there's all different, I mean, you could take this as the base and do a lot of different configurations for it, which is pretty awesome. Might be a fun project to do, to have this and be like, hey, look, we can do this, we can do that. Oh, okay, I got you. Okay, so interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities with this actually. I can see some creativity happening. So, all right, that's it. I mean, we did the build itself, like we got it done in, you know, an hour. We finished it up in like an hour 20 minutes. Like we did the last 10 bags, or no, 7, 8 bags in like an hour 20 minutes. So, yeah, pretty awesome. I see the smoke. I have so many projects going on right now that just, no. It's not happening for a while. I mean, this just came out. It's, I mean, to be the first to do those kind of things is really cool. But like, yeah, right now I just don't. Oh, my cat's down at my feet, just like, hey, I miss you. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. Tuesday is back to my normal 8 o'clock stream for a couple hours. Working on the fun hole set, finishing that up. It is fun as a whole. And it's cool with the lighting and stuff. It's really neat to be able to play with that and make sure it works and things. It's looking really cool. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Enjoy Revenge of the 5th. Until next time, may the brick be with you, and keep on building. We'll see ya. Thanks for tuning in.